everyone, welcome back. Today I'm filming part 2 of this beautiful mermaid from Mr. Mirror's Ocean Dreams colouring book. So I will link part 1 in the description of this video if you missed that. But in part 1 I did a bit of a watercolour background, I did the hair and I did the skin. So today hopefully I can finish this page off all on camera for you. In part 2, so we don't have to go into a part 3. So I'm going to start off with the tail, and I've decided I'm going to go for a sort of creams and golds. So I'm just going to get my cream pencil and I'm going to find my green gold pencil. I think this is the green gold here, and then I'll get you zoomed in. Let's see. That too zoomed in now. Let me try and move something off my desk a little bit. That should all be in shot now, hopefully. So I'm going to start off with the cream colour, which is the 102, and I'm going to base all of the tail and the fins. No, not the fins, sorry. I'm going to do the fins teal, so we'll leave them, but I'm going to base all this. I am just going to put a light layer. You can see that I think this fin here would almost be like translucent over the top of the tail. So I am going to go over here with a cream. I'm not that good at translucent things, but we'll see. That's what it looks like it's supposed to be doing anyway. So we'll go over that like that. So I've not even took my coat off. I've just been on the school run and I've just come up here in my little arty area to chill out. Saves me putting the heating on anyway, doesn't it? It's a bit chilly. It's not warm enough. It's not cold enough to have to put the heating on, but it is a bit chilly. So that's all based with that one. And now I'm going to go in with the green gold, which is 268. Now I'm going to start off on each little section that you can see here. So I'm going to start off with a hard pressure at the top, and then I'm going to release it slowly, so that we've got that cream colour being left at the bottom. In all of the areas. Now you can, if you prefer to build up the layers, you can do that. These pencils don't like going on with a hard pressure straight away, to be honest. You can see them resisting. They're not a fan of doing the full potential with 8 layers. Faber Castell's light layers. I thought it'd be quite nice to have a sort of gold sort of colour. I'm not sure what colour I'm going to do the shells yet, but she's got like a couple of flowers in her hair, which I'm going to do a purpley colour. So we're on Wednesday today, so 2 more days until I'm streaming in the MARIOLA event. But it does start tomorrow with, let me think, yeah, it's the 20th tomorrow. Yeah, so it starts tomorrow Who does it start with? I'm trying to think who's the first streamer. I think it might be Connie, you know. But I'll pop the streamer's schedule in the link to this video if anyone wants to tune into that. There's lots of amazing colourists joining in, hosted by Shannon. It's going to be fun. Fun. It's the very first event that I've ever done. So I will blend all this when I've done each section as well. I might use the cream that we used to blend actually. I'm not one for using a lot of pencils though, as you probably found. I use minimal amount of pencils. It's the same if I'm colouring leaves. I'll only tend to use 1 or 2 pencils. And just change my pressure up instead of lots of different pencils. That's easier if you're sat on the couch colouring as well, then you've not got, you know, a million pencils rolling down that gap in your sofa where they always go when you sat on the couch. So is anybody doing anything nice this weekend? They have eased our restrictions, but to be honest, nothing changes for me. Nothing changes for me. When you've got to send children and, you know, babysitters are hard to come by, or you don't get many offers of babysitting, then we don't go out anyway, so no changes for us. What they do. But yeah, they've eased the restrictions over here now so that restaurants are open again, you can eat inside. Apparently we can give people a hug, but they're saying be cautious with who you're hugging and that you don't like sort of put your face to the other person's face, which, yeah. I'm not a hugger anyway. I mean, I hug my partner and my children, but I'm not, outside of the family, I'm not a hugger. So I won't be rushing to hug anyone anyway. No chance. But yeah, apparently. I don't know, it just seems a step too far to me. I mean, I don't mind easing restrictions and opening things up again, but when you tell people they can hug people, they're not going to be cautious. They are just going to go and grab everyone they know, and aren't they, really? Let's be honest. Apart from if you're like me and you don't like hugs. But I've got my second jab booked now. I have my first one. Got my second one booked, and I'm hoping that I'm not as sick as I was the first time. Because the first time I felt horrific. Awful. Just going to sharpen this pencil. It feels like there's something on the end. That's better. Oh, I can give her some nice nails as well. I forgot about that. I'll give her some nice nail varnish and some lipstick. We are still in shot, aren't we? I've got my camera in a slightly different position, so I can't quite see up very well to see whereabouts my book is in the frame. So this one is for the mermaid prompt. If you didn't see part 1, it's for the mermaid prompt from Colouring Chat with Sammy's Colouring Checklist Challenge 2. So I'm colouring a mermaid. And it had to be out of this book, it just did. I've got the Jasmine Beckett Griffith Mermaids book as well, but I'm going to use that book for a different prompt. I'm using that book for the prompt that is colour from a book you had, one of the very first books you had. So that was mine, so I'm saving that one. So all these there's little tiny circles as well, just in between. I'll go in with gel pen on them at the end. That'll be nice to put a little bit of sparkle, either gel pen or a bit of Stickles, like a little dot of Stickles. I coloured in my Hannah Lynn book as well last night for the first time in ages. I don't colour Hannah Lynn's pages too often because I just don't feel like I do them justice for some reason. They're just not, I don't know, I just don't do my best work in those books. But yeah, I really enjoyed the page I did last night, and that was for a prompt as well. It's from the, is it Through the Decades book? And it was for the prompt colour a sport, or colour a page representing a sport. So there was a lovely baseball page in there, a girl with a baseball bat and baseball glove, and I thought perfect, so I did that one. I really enjoyed it actually. So that's the gold. Now I'm going to go in with a light covering on here, very light. I'm not going in with a head pressure here. That's going to be a light covering. And again on this bit up here, I'm going to go in with a light colouring on this. I'm going to have these wings, these ones, different colour to them. I'm going to have them turquoise, and these little two at the top I'm going to do in the green gold. So they almost look like the part of this, don't they? Then. Oh. And then we'll see, maybe or maybe not I might go around with a white gel pen later on, but we'll see. Not quite decided. So I'll leave it like that. I'm going to go back in with the cream now. So the cream 102, and I'm just going to blend some of this a bit better. So you're just filling in any white space, just almost burnishing it all with this cream at the top. And I'm gonna sort of burnish this bit as well with the cream. Just made that last minute decision. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and I thought, you know what, just go over with the cream. It'll be fine. I have these little indecisions. That's it. And this side. I have got a bit of the green watercolour that went over onto the edge there, but it's alright. Maybe if I go over with a white gel pen after, I can make this a little bit thicker and cover it up. There's always a way. There's always a way. So that's that. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to do these parts now in some nice turquoise colours. So I'm going to use a colour I used in part 1 for the base. So I'm going to give it a sharpen, because look at that. It's a bit blunt on the end. So give it a little bit of a sharpen. So this is the light cobalt turquoise 154, and I am just going to go in lightly, light pressure. A little bit here, not forgetting those bits. I'm going to go dark on the edges with a slightly darker colour. Let's get that in a bit more. So I might put a poll up for my next book, so watch out for that, my next colour along. I've done a few in Circle of Life. I've done a few in the Anastasia book, the newest one. What else have I done? I've just done this one, Mr. Cat Mirrors. What else did I do? My brain's gone blank. I'm sure I did another artist recently as a colour along, and I cannot remember for the life of me. But yeah, I'm trying to do a selection of different artists or different books. So that's the base down. I'm now going to find, let's find a darker shade of turquoise. Oh, blue, sort of turquoise blue. Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. That's the only dark sort of turquoise colour that I can see that would match well. Give it a little tiny sharpen as well. So I'm going to go on the ends darker. So that will sort of blend all that watercolour that went over the edge. That's gonna be blended in, so you won't even know that that happened. I keep contemplating going getting acrylic nails on, and then I think, no, Kirsty, don't. I mean, they look beautiful, but they wreck your nails underneath. And I only had them on once when I'm sure I was about 18, or might have been a bit younger. But it was from my mum's wedding when she got married, and I hated them. I absolutely hated them with a passion. So I'm just going to go dark on the base as well. So that would be that one. I couldn't do anything with them. I couldn't pick my change up. If someone put my change on the counter here, I couldn't pick it up. I was like this, and it was so embarrassing. I just remember being so embarrassed not being able to pick my change up off the counter. I mean, it was some time ago now, but it just terrifies me. And I've still got little people's bottoms to change, nappies to change, and I think, Oh Lord. So it's, you know, I keep looking thinking, oh, they'd look so nice, because these chip so easily. And when you're doing your filming, you want to have nice nails. But yeah. I'll leave them for now, I think. We'll leave them. Does anybody else wear acrylic nails a lot? It's the upkeep as well what puts me off, because I don't really like going to the salon or going to the hairdressers. I don't enjoy it. I really don't enjoy it. So the fact that if I had acrylics on, I'd have to go every 2 weeks for an infill. Is it every 2 weeks? Yeah, just no. I think I'll stick to just painting them myself. You can see what I'm doing here. I was aware that my hand was cutting off a lot of what we're doing in my last video. I do forget sometimes. I do just get carried away with myself, not realising. But with being left-handed and having the camera on this side, I can sort of put my hand above and colour from the top, so hopefully that's a bit better for you to see. I'm quite happy with how she's turning out anyway. I've never done a gold tail before. I know it's not the best gold, but that's my go-to pencil for if I want to try and attempt gold. The green gold pencil in the polychromos. And a cream. You can't beat cream as a base on there. Oh, I've got some bees what keep fluttering around the top of my house as well. They've been there for a few days now, about 5 or 6 bees flapping around the top of my house. Well, my granddad's a beekeeper, but you know, honeybees. And I sent him a picture of them, saying what were they, and he says, I think they were tree bumblebees, just looking for a way in. Around the top of my house. He said, but I can't quite see if they've got white on the backs. He said, because if they've got white on the backs, they're the males waiting for the queen. Basically to mate with the queen or whatever. I don't know. Maybe. Is that what it's for? But yeah. And he said, but I can't seem to see any white on the backs. So he said, but it was hard to see because they were so high up. But he said, if you get any more and they start really flapping round, he said, just let me know. But yeah, he said tree bumblebees don't tend to stick around for long. So, but yeah, he loves his bees, my granddad, and he makes the best, well, his bees make the best honey. He has the best honey ever. I love it. So I'm just keeping my eye on these tree bumblebees, hoping they don't find a way in, because I did get bees in my bathroom cupboard at one point. I don't know how they got in, but I had a whole swarm of mining bees, I think they're called, in my bathroom cupboard at one point. That was a few years ago now. He came to have a look. So that's that side done. I'm going to sharpen the pencil again just so I've got a fine point. And then we'll go in with this side. I'm going to leave that centre bit there light as a sort of little highlight. So we're going to be going in here now. I am going to... Oh, I forgot that little bit. Don't forget that little bit under here, guys, where I said I was going to have it dark. Just fill that in. Almost forgot. So, starting at the ends again. This one's slightly different shape, so I'm just going to fill that in before flicking. Yeah, but after my granddad had been around to have a look at that, I saw some, you know, the community pages you can get on Facebook. Like, if you live in a certain area, there's like a Facebook group for the area that you live in, and people post about things that are happening, or crime, or whatever problems, traffic. And there was quite a few pictures posted of cars with swarms of honeybees on them. And 3 separate cars in the area where I live, and I thought it must be the time for them swarming then. Can you imagine just going back to your car and not being able to get in because there's all these honeybees swarmed onto your driver's side door? I saw the pictures, I was like, oh no, I would not be getting in that car. You wouldn't be able to. Unless you wanted to climb in through your driver's side, but then you wouldn't have visibility when you're driving with all these bees outside of your window. But yeah, my granddad has quite a few hives. I think he has about 6 hives across the road from where he lives in the fields. So that's been his hobby for the longest time, since I can remember going round and when we used to sleep over. We're still in frame. So I had some lovely comments so far anyway on my part 1 of this little mermaid. Some lovely comments. So thank you anyone who's left comments recently on my videos. I love reading them. It makes it all worthwhile. I mean, I enjoy doing it anyway, but I don't enjoy the editing. It has to be said. I enjoy sitting down colouring, but the editing of the videos takes so long. So it's nice to feel that people like what you're putting out. Last little bit down here. Hopefully I'm not in the way too much. I need to get this angle right. that bit up. So you can see me just playing around now to get it where I want to get it, but I'm just flicking it towards the end. And we'll leave it at that. So that's that done. I'm going to go in on her little bralette with the same gold. So first I'm going to base it in the cream colour that we had, cream 102. Do I need to come in a little bit more? Be okay there. Just going to base it all. And then with our green gold again, which is 268. I'm just going to go in on these little, see these little swirly bits? I'm going to go in on them. Dirt pressure at the base of it, and then sort of leaving the top bit of it cream. There's a little one there. Same on this side. That would be a little bit of one, wouldn't it? This little bit under here. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of depth in here as well. Medium pressure this time, and then just lift off towards the end. And again on this side. And I'm going to leave it at that. So next up I'm going to do these flowers up here, and I'm going to do them purples. I'm going to find some nice purples. So first I'm going to base it in, let me find it, yeah, this one, violet, which is 138. So I'm going to go over all the flower with this one. Whoops. And there's a little bud up there. There we go. Now with the second colour, which is purple violet 136, I'm going to start off with a hard pressure at the base of the petal, and then going into a lighter pressure towards the end, so leaving it light on the end. So lifting off and leaving the base light. This is how I like to colour, nice and simple. Just think it's more enjoyable to me like this. That's why it's so much fun watching different channels, because we all have our own colouring styles. And I love watching other people colour. I love to see how they do it, whether it's using one colour or using 10 colours. I love to see how they do it. So moving on to this one. Try and get in so I'm not in the way, but I don't think it's going to happen here. Not forgetting this little petal here. And this little bud at the top. So that's the flowers done. I am going to blend those with my little Caran d'Ache blender, wherever it may have disappeared to again. I've got it. So this is my Caran d'Ache blender, if you didn't see it in part 1. Really nice little blending pencil. So I'm going to go in with some greens now for these little leaves. So I'm going to go in for a light green on these ones. A light green with a bit of darkness around the edges. So we're going to go for light green 171 to just base them. I'm thinking this might be a little leaf here, so I'm just going to go with it. If it's not, it is now. That's what we say. If it's not, it is now. Because I made it one. All them little bits there. And I think that's all the leaf on the page. And then just with the Chromium green opaque 174, I'm just going to add a little bit to the bottom. And on this little stalk, I think that's all the leaves. That is all the leaves. I'm gonna go in with her eyes now. And I'm trying to think what colour I want to do them, and I'm not sure. Oh, should we go for a light blue? What do we think? Yeah, we'll go for light blues. So I'm only going to use 2 colours on here. So this is light phthalo blue 145. And I'm going to base all the eye area with just a light layer. This eye's really tiny, what's blue at the corner there. But Go in with that, and then I'm going to bring a bit of darkness into it. I'm going to bring in the Phthalo blue 110. And I'm just going to go on the edge. Just on the very edge. And then I'm going to slowly work it upwards a little bit. The same on this one, but this one is quite dark, so I'm going to go in at the bottom of the eye there. And then back in with our light Phthalo blue 145 and just brighten that up a bit, leaving just a tiny highlight. So we're just working that darker blue into it. There we go. Now in the corners of the eyes I like to have a bit of pink and grey. So what I'm going to do here, I've picked out a grey and I've picked out a little bit of a pinky colour. So I'm going to firstly use the Salmon 130. I'm going to put a little tiny bit in the very corner of the eye and then work a bit into that little section. Now you can't see the one on this side of the eye. You can't really see it. And then the grey I'm going to use is the Cool Grey 230, and I'm just going to very lightly from the edge of the pink put a little bit of grey into it. There we go. Now lip colour. Oh, what lip colour should we do? I'm going to go for, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'm going to go for these two colours. So first off, I'm going to use the Burnt Carmine 193 to just base the lips. I'm going to go around the edges with the Red Violet 194. So I'm just going to go right round the edges of the lips with this one. So you almost have to draw your own lines in here where there's no lines. And then I'm going to sort of blend it into the middle a bit. Just buff those rough edges out a little bit by using little circular motions. And then right in the centre I'm going to go back in with the first colour we used, the Burnt Carmine 193. I'm going to bring it into it. So it's a very subtle, but you can see it is brighter in the very middle. Oh, I love that colour. I'm just going to use a bit more of the Red Violet 194 just on the edge here. Beautiful lips, beautiful, beautiful. Now what I need to decide is what colour I want to do those shells. Let me bring you out a little bit, making you all dizzy. I need to decide what colour I want to do these shells. Do we think, I don't want orange to clash with the gold. Do we think it would? Ooh. Would it clash with a skin? Oh, I don't know. What colour? Or should I do them the same? You know what, I'll do them this colour. The same colour as the these. Yeah, we'll go for that. So we're going to go in with the light Cobalt turquoise 154, and I'm going to do a light layer. Again, just very lightly. there's 1, 2, and we've got 1 here, 3, and we've got 1 down here. So we've got 4 little seashells. And then we're going to go in with the Cobalt Green 156. So I'll start on these little top ones. So I'm going to go in with a hard pressure at the bottom of this little section here. And then slowly buff it up. Buff it up. That's the really good explanation, that, Kirsty, isn't it? Buff it up. But it's the only way I can think of describing it. Slow circular motions to sort of blend the colour up, and then leaving this highlight on the top. And then the same on the bottom section. So I go in with a hard pressure there. Slowly releasing into a medium and light pressure. Leaving that little highlight there as well. I think I'm going to, on the middle section here, I think I'm going to go in with a gel pen. So don't worry about that bit. And you can go in with whatever gel pens you've got. So don't worry about if you've not got the same gel pens as me or anything that I'm using. You can always change it up. You don't have to follow it to the T. So that's that one. Let's go in on this one here. Again, exactly the same thing. Let's get round here. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch today. I've started eating healthy because, as a lot of people have, I've put on 3 stone in lockdown, which is shocking. For me, it's shocking because I've not been this heavy. I wasn't even this heavy full term when I was pregnant with my babies, so it is quite shocking. So yeah, I've been eating healthily, so we've been having nice meals. I've been having porridge with fruit on for my breakfast. Lunches, I've been having things like smoked salmon with a bit of vegetables on the side. I think we're going to have some nice lean steaks for our dinner tonight. We were supposed to have them last night, but the kiddies didn't go to sleep till late, and then I was too tired to cook it, so we had something quicker instead that I didn't need to faff with. But yeah, so that's all the shells done. Let's zoom me out again. She's looking okay. She's looking nice, isn't she? I don't think there's much more pencil work because I think I'm going to go in with my gel pens on here now. Apart from these beads, I am actually going to put a colour down on these beads. And I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I keep thinking gold maybe, to bring some of the gold up here on top of her head. But then I don't know if it'll be too much. And should I pick a colour that's going to blend in more? Should I pick the colour that I put on her lips? Oh yeah, let's go for that. That'd be a nice colour. Where have I put them? Yeah, we'll go in with the colour I used on the lips, just for sake of it. Burnt Carmine 193. And I am just going to go in on all these little bits. And I am just going to go in with block colouring on these, because I'm going to go around them all with a white gel pen. And I have found that when I've tried to do any sort of shading on beads like this and then gone around it with a white gel pen, the white gel pen sort of disguises any sort of shading that you did. around the edges. So I'm not going to fuss with that. This is going to be really simple block colouring on these beads. I'll put a little highlight in possibly with the gel pen as well. But yeah, why not throw a bit of block colouring in. I'm in the mood for block colouring actually. I'm in the mood for it. Oh, that's looking really nice actually. And also, the darker you go, the better it looks when it's got white gel pen around it. If you've got a really light colour, if I sort of did that lemon yellow or peach and then put a white gel pen around it, it wouldn't really pop. Whereas if you put a darker colour down and then go round with white gel pen, it's going to really pop. It is really a lot nicer to me anyway. I love this colour. Some of these beads, when I was burnishing this skin, I must have gone over some of the beads because some of them aren't going down very well. The colour I'm trying to put on. Am I still in frame? Let's bring you up where I could get these ones down at the bottom. Oh, I love that colour. What do you prefer to do? Do you prefer to get the PDF versions of these, or do you prefer to get the physical copies? I've always preferred books. I will purchase PDFs, and I do. I purchase a lot of MARIOLA Budex PDFs, but I do prefer a book if I can get hold of one. Right, I'm going to do this little one, trying not to get in the way of your view there. Oh, I do love this block colouring. It's nice to just do mindless colouring once in a while though, isn't it? I do have my Colour Your Mandala books that I like to get my alcohol markers out on and just block colouring those when I'm stressed out and want to calm down. Or I have my colour by number. But I've not coloured in my colour by number for a long time actually. I think I do prefer the mandalas. So we've got one more. I think we've got another bead just down here. These ones are really tiny. That won't be fun to go around with the gel pen later. I might speed some of the gel pen process up. I'll explain which parts I'm going to go around, but I might have to speed that part up. But I'm sure you know how to go around with gel pens. So this little bit here, actually, I am going to use the same colour I've just used on the beads. So I think that'll be quite nice. But I am going to ease off the pressure at the top there. So that was the Burnt Carmine 193. And then round the outside, I'm going to use the Red Violet 194. Just to go around there. Oh, and on ahead. Missed these bits, hasn't? No, actually, we'll do that in gel pen. I'll do that in a sort of gel pen. Why not? Why not? So let's get started. I'm going to use sort of, have I got a greeny blue sort of colour? No, I don't want that one. I'm going to try and find a nice teal sparkly gel pen or bluey, some sort of bluey green colour. We'll have a look what we've got. Let me just test them on a piece of paper. Look at this scrap paper. That's what I was using last night when I was using my marker pens. That's a lovely colour, the Arteza gel pen. That's a lovely colour. So I'm going to use this one for the little dot on the seashell there, and the little bit around here that I said I was going to leave. Just so we've got some bling going on. So again, these top bits here, and this one at the bottom, the little dot. You know what, I'm going to find a nice red or purpley type colour for fingernails as well. We've not done a fingernails, so it's going to be a gel pen. I'm going to do a nice red actually, so I've just got a red glitter gel pen. I'm just going to go over her nails. So you can pick whatever colours you want for that. You don't have to copy the same as me. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to get my gold pen now. So I've got a nice gold. The ones that I'm using here are the Fleur glitter gel pens, and there was only £2.99 for a pack of 10. I want to say they're super nice actually for the price. Really, really nice. So I'm going to use this colour for these bits here. So I thought that'd be quite nice to make them pop a bit. And this one. You have to bring some sparkle into a mermaid page, don't you? That bit there. What else have we got? I'm going to do the little jewels on her face as well. Being careful not to smudge what I've just done, because I'm the best at doing that, I have to say. I'm so bad. So that, and then the little ones here. That's a really lovely gold, that. Really lovely. So next I'm going to use this gold again. I'm going to use it for these circles here. These little jewels. And the little spots on the tail. That are really, really tiny, that you can barely see. But we'll add a bit of sparkle. Right guys, I think that's all the gel pen. Let me have another little double check. No, yeah, that's all the gel pen. It is. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to speed this process up, but what I'm going to do with the white gel pen, I'm going to go around the edge of all the beads. So all the beads we've got here in the red burgundy colour, berry colour, I'm not quite sure, but all those I'm going to go around with the white gel pen, and all these bubbles in the background I'm going to go around with the white gel pen as well. So if you want to pause this video while you do that, that's fine, but I'm going to speed the process up and then I'll come back to you for the end result. See you soon, guys. welcome back. Oh, that did take me some time, and oh gosh, was this gel pen irritating me. These are my favourite gel pens, but I've run out of the 1mm, is it? And I've only got the 0.8, so it was taking forever to go around everything. Oh, normally I like my bigger one, but it's run out. And they're still out of stock, those gel pens as well, so I'll have to keep checking. But there we go, we've gone round all the beads and we've gone round all the bubbles. Now what you can do if you want to, let me just bring you in on one of the bubbles. You can just put a little highlight in somewhere if you want. So I do sometimes just, it's really playing up this gel pen today. I don't know what the matter is with it. But if you want to pop in a little type of reflection, you can put some of those in. They're quite nice to dot round. They're not going to show up as well on the parts of the page that's lighter. But this side, for instance, let me just zoom out a little bit so we can get to this side. Say this bubble here, one might show up nicer on this side. Like that, and you can just put in little lines like that. Do one at the bottom here. I think it's the rough texture of this watercolour. Because I put that salt on, it's sort of made the paper really textured. Don't know why. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of a extra highlight in her eye, I think, as well. Just a line. We'll leave it at that little tiny flick, actually. Maybe a little bit on her lips, if you want to put a bit of a sparkle on her lips. Like that. But let me zoom you out. Now, if you want to pop some Stickles, I've got this little Stickles. This is the copper Stickles, and I do sometimes quite like to see these little things on her belly. Do quite like to sometimes pop a little bit of Stickles on there, just so she's got a little bit of glitter on her body. Just putting really small little dots on where you would have those little bits. There's a bit on her arm. If you've not got Stickles, you can use your gel pen, your glitter gel pens, if you wanted to. Of course you don't have to if you don't like it. But yeah, just gives it a little bit of extra. And go put a little bit on her hand. Down here, where are we? She's got a few little ones on her hand. And that is that. Let me zoom you out again. My desk is a mess of everything that's surrounding me. But there we go, we did it. And we've got a beautiful mermaid, and she's super sparkly. Let's bring you up. Don't know if it'll sparkle in the light, if my light's picking it up. Oh, bit sparkle. But there she is. So if you did colour along, I hope you enjoyed colouring along. Please do drop me a comment down below, like this video and subscribe if you're new, because there is lots more colour alongs coming up. If there's any particular artist you would love to see me colouring, again, drop it in the comments down below and I'll have a little look through. But yeah, I'm really happy with her. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye everyone.